We believe in life as sacred, unique, irreplaceable, from womb to tomb.
I'm very clear that I am very much in favour of the ability to choose assisted dying. I worry about the practicalities of how that legislation comes out locally in Gibraltar, but ultimately you have a right to refuse treatment. Why don't you have the right to refuse pain? And ultimately, when I believe that a lot of the cases where you will look to assisted dying is because you really want to die with dignity and not in extreme pain.
So I think there's a lot of concern. Without doubt, there's a lot of concern. I think if you take the medical profession, there's going to be many different views, from people who support the view to people who are against it. But I think what everybody is really focused on is whatever the legislation, the practicalities of it really need to be understood and debated in absolute detail. I don't think any medic should be, and it should be insisted in their job plan or the way they work, that they have to administer and be part of this process. There has to be a conscience clause, there has to be a way that if somebody does not believe in this treatment and does not believe in this way, that they can opt out.
My concern lies much more on the other end of the spectrum, and if you look around Belgium, Canada, etc., cases where people are using this for mental health issues, I think that's where I'm far more concerned.
Morphine is poison.
But Gillian,
Chemo is poison.
I think intent matters. I think if your intent is to relieve someone's suffering, I think it's very different from coming in and
But we
killing
don't
them.
know, James, that it does. I didn't know if Mark could hear me for those 4 days. I didn't know if I was harming him. And I do not want my children to go through that.
I have the great privilege of ministering to the dying so often, and it's amazing when you come across people who suffer so much and yet at the same time are so thankful for little mercies. It's amazing. Even children.